Ford versus Holden. It's the iconic Australian automotive battle. Traditionally it's been Commodore versus Falcon, but the market's changed now, and Ranger here outsells Falcon, and next year Falcon's disappearing from the market. This is second only to Commodore in sales, and when Commodore production goes overseas, who knows what's going to happen. This could well become the best-selling Holden. Both these cars have just undergone a midlife refresh, this one last year, this one now. Lots of changes on both of them. This has been the standard setter. We're out here to find out what Holden have done to the Colorado brings it up to the standard of the Ranger. We're driving the Ford Ranger here. This vehicle was updated mid-generation in 2015. Quite a few changes. I mean, one of the main ones was the adoption of electric power steering, which gives a wonderfully light steering effort at low speeds, but good feel at highway speeds. Ford also tweaked the fuel injection system, put a new low inertia turbo in it, which makes the thing a lot more responsive at low RPM than what it was. Same maximum power and torque, but just better off the bottom end, better off idle. A lot of ways this Ute's the gold standard of Ute. It really doesn't do anything wrong, and it does an awful lot of things very right. The 5-cylinder engine's the biggest one in the class. It's 3.2 litres. Being a 5, it's got a sort of bit of a offbeat, sort of lazy gait to it, which is sort of quite endearing compared to a 4-cylinder engine. And having that extra capacity means lots of torque at low RPM. It's always low revving, does the job without any effort whatsoever. Chassis got a good feel to it too. A lot of the time, except when you hit a big bump, you'd hardly know you're driving a Ute. You'd think you're just driving a well-sorted four-wheel drive wagon. So yeah, look, really hard to beat, and Ford did a good job right from the start, and when they tweaked it in 2015, they made it an even better Ute. Alright, we're driving the Colorado here. This car came out in 2012. To tell the truth, it wasn't the sharpest tool in the toolbox. The engine was good. I mean, most of the performance aspects of the car were good, but refinement was pretty ordinary. I mean, the engine was a bit rough and noisy, and some wind noise and other sort of refinement issues. To Holden's credit, they've pulled the thing apart, changed all sorts of things. They've changed the location of the balance shafts in the engine, new engine mounts, new transmission mounts, new torque converter for the automatic gearbox, new body mounts, suspension changes, added electric power steering, and they've really transformed the car. It's gone from being a tail-end performer to one of the better Utes in the class. What's particularly impressive is the performance. It's only a 2.8 litre engine, but claims 500 Newton metres of torque, which is as good as you get in the class. The result, the acceleration's good. Chassis is nice too. They've done a nice job of calibrating the electric power steering. As I said, man, Holden's engineers have done really a very respectable and worthwhile job to make this thing a far, far better car than what it was.
Okay, we've been driving both these cars all day, on-road, off-road, put them through the paces. What you can say, more than anything else, is Holden have done a fantastic job of improving this Colorado compared to what it was in the previous iteration. Most importantly, they've improved the refinement right across the board. The gearbox shifts better as well, it's quieter, more refined, and on-road is very much a match for the Ford Ranger, whereas previously it wasn't a match at all. Off-road is still a different story. The Ranger's got a couple of advantages. It's got more suspension travel, which obviously helps, and most importantly it's got a rear diff lock, and when you engage that rear diff lock it keeps the traction control active on the front axle, which in the case of most of these used with a rear locker doesn't happen. That gives the Ranger advantage off-road, but as I said before, on-road there's not much in it.